This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and normally Culture Crawl, a Thursday and Friday show, but during the summer we do some Wednesday sessions focused on some community music in Cedar Rapids. Steve Shanley is the director of the Cedar Rapids Municipal Band, and in addition to being one of the area's most well-known jazz pianists and educators, during the year, of course, you're focused on your job as a professor of music at Coe College, but in the summertime you take over the legendary Cedar Rapids Municipal Band.
Yes, Dennis. I've now entering my 5th year of conducting the Cedar Rapids Municipal Band, and honored to be the 4th conductor in the 65-year history of the group.
And this is tonight, your first concert of the season, kicks off your 65th season.
First concert of the 65th season. So this is a big one. We're trying to sort of honor our past, honor our heritage by doing some things this summer to recognize some of the long-serving members of the group, and inviting back some people who have had some nice history with the band to join us again this summer, and of course our usual mix of great high school talent and professional guest artists joining us every week as well.
So, and you have some very long-standing folks who've been in the band since 1959 or 1960, right? Even
before that, yes. We have a member of the band who joined. The original conductor was Roland Mailman, who taught at Franklin High School back when Franklin was a high school, and one of his good clarinet players in his band was Larry Klima. And so Larry, in 1950, was a member of the group when it was just called the City Band, and then in 1951, when it formed as the Municipal Band, Cedar Rapids Municipal Band, he was a member of that group. So he's an original member of the group. And,
wow.
And he's still, and in addition to playing clarinet every week and not ever missing a concert, he's also responsible for hauling all of our equipment around and setting it up and tearing it down. So
no kidding.
Yeah, for 80, he's in better shape for sure than I am at age 38. So he's a good role model for all of us.
You know, I'm trying to find somebody to help me schlep around the stuff I have to carry to Schoolhouse Jazz because I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Well, so obviously I need to find an 80-year-old clarinet player.
Yes, that would be a good idea. Or maybe you can ask Al Naylor to haul it around for you.
Yeah, he'd be all over that.
I'm sure, yeah.
So you said that this year is going to be, kind of a look back and celebrating some of the things that have been a part of the band over the years. What are you going to open with tonight that pays tribute to the history of the municipal band?
Well, we begin every season, the first concert, with the Iowa Band Law, which is a march written by Carl King to honor the legislation passed a long time ago that allows cities, municipalities to levy a very small tax to help support the operation of a band that could provide free community concerts. And we're lucky to have District 2 Representative, Councilwoman Monica Vernon, conducting the Iowa Band Law tonight at Norridge Park.
That's also the sexiest song title I've ever heard.
It is, Iowa Band Law. I mean, you're on the edge of your seat from the beginning there. And yep, so Monica's going to join us and guest conduct that, and I'll talk to the audience a little bit about the history of that law, because it's really fascinating, and it is I would say bang for the buck in terms of what it has done for certainly Cedar Rapids, but even just the state of Iowa as a whole, and the quality of life and just the atmosphere that having those free public concerts in all of the cities around Iowa, it's certainly it's been a law that I'm sure if Major Landers and Representative Stimson were still around today, they'd be ecstatic to see it at the outcome.
Well, you're right. It's provided a consistent level of funding for these bands to provide this free entertainment to the community. Unfortunately, there's no way anything like that could ever get passed today.
No, you're right. I've thought about that. We're thankful that it's passed. We're thankful that the law says that's the only thing that money can be used for. Because you're right, I don't think it would get passed today. But
we're glad it's here.
We're glad it's here, and I think if all of a sudden it vanished, I think a lot of people would be unhappy. So, yeah.
So you'll open with the Iowa Band Law.
Open with the Iowa Band Law, and then our guest artist this week is a familiar face around here. He's principal trumpet in Orchestra Iowa, Andy Klassen, who I think is just one of the finest overall trumpet players I've worked with really anywhere in the country. He's an amazing classical player, but also a very, very fine jazz player as well, and a gifted composer and arranger. And we're doing an arrangement he did based on the love story theme. It's a fantasy on love story, and it just showcases Andy perfectly because it starts sort of classical. And it's got some kind of Baroque elements. It's got a fugue in there, but in the middle, he stops and takes a solo, takes an improvised solo, and then has some flashy cadenzas. So that's going to be great. I've been looking forward to featuring him, and glad it worked out in his schedule to get him over here this week. And our guest vocalist is from Central City High School. Her name is Katie Hancock. She sang with the band last year, and so she's joining us again this year. Took a break from the opera rehearsal on Monday night to come over and practice with us. And she's doing a great job, and is going to certainly do wonderful things as a performer.
And where is tonight's concert? Because you do move around the city.
We move all around the city. Yeah, our Sundays alternate between Ellis Park and Beaver Park, and then typically the commission tries really hard to schedule the Wednesdays so they are on the opposite side of the river from either Ellis or Beaver. So tonight we're opening at Knoll Ridge, and then on Sunday we're at Ellis, and those concerts are all at 7:30 p.m. And in case you forget, you can always go to crmuniband.org or just type in Cedar Rapids Band, and will be the first hit that comes up, and that has our schedule and all sorts of good stuff.
So, but tonight at 7:30.
Tonight, 7:30, Knoll Ridge.
And then Sunday, this concert repeats.
This exact same program on 7:30 at Ellis Park at 7:30 on Sunday the 7th.
Now, you only come in every 2 weeks, so we usually briefly mention the intervening week's concert as well. So I know you're focused on tonight's concert, but can you give us a little capsule preview of what's coming up next Wednesday and Sunday?
You bet. A week from this evening, we will be at Sokol Park in the Czech Village on June 10th, and typically during the Sokol Park concert, I like to make that into sort of a tribute to the Czech heritage here in Cedar Rapids by playing some Czech music. And we've got an old friend of mine, was a very fine jazz saxophone player when I was at the University of Northern Iowa. His name's Todd Munich, and in recent years, health problems have prevented him from playing the saxophone, so he has focused his pursuits on the accordion, and is a very fine musician and composer, and has turned into an accomplished accordion player. So he's going to join us for a couple of polkas, and we're going to play a couple of my old favorites from the Shostakovich Jazz Suite, which utilize some accordion as well. So tribute to the Czech heritage in Cedar Rapids with some accordion next week in Sokol Park on Wednesday, June 10th, and then a week from this Sunday in Beaver Park. And we'll have Riley Anderson from Linmar will be joining us to sing at both of those concerts. And if anyone is interested, prior to the June 14th concert at Beaver Park, we have, throughout the summer, we have 4 or 5 what we call prelude concerts at 6:30, an hour before the concert, where audience members can come early and get some additional entertainment. And the first one of those prelude concerts is a high school clarinet quartet featuring students of our principal clarinetist, Christine Bellamy. So that will, I'm sure, be a wonderful concert as well.
So Wednesday and Sunday this week, Wednesday and Sunday next week, well, and pretty much throughout the summer.
Wednesday and Sunday all summer, with a bonus in the middle of July. We'll play at the Farmers Market.
All right, we'll come back in a couple of weeks and tell us about upcoming programs. In the meantime, I think the weather is going to be perfect tonight in Knoll Ridge Park.
Yes, we are looking forward to a beautiful opening concert and a large crowd.
And we'll look forward to the 65th season kickoff tonight, 7:30 in Knoll Ridge Park. And the other thing is, I know you always mention these concerts are a manageable length for families with small children.
It is. It's a great event, and I think back to growing up here in Cedar Rapids and my parents taking me to the concerts over at Bowman Woods Park, and it is, I can't think of a better way to take the family out for some entertainment at a very low stress atmosphere. It's very high quality. If any drinks spill or any tantrums are thrown, it is not a big deal at all. And so I encourage, if families are looking for something on this beautiful night to do that's free and some good entertaining music, but you need to leave early or arrive a little late or something like that, we're the perfect thing for you to check out.
All right, Steve Shanley from the Cedar Rapids Municipal Band. Have a good kickoff to your season tonight.
Thank you, Dennis.